Before I can describe, and I'll just say this quickly, as I get this whole book started. Before I can describe where emotions in human, animal, and insect life come from, at widely varying levels of awareness, I will bring into clearer focus what time and space really are. As far as Kantian metaphysics realizes them, as well as beyond, both in their physical and spiritual reality. And this is, and that was just Tadas dyskinesia that I do not need and don't deserve to have. That time and space, time is has succession, and space has time has succession, and space has permanence and width and depth, but not time. Space has width and depth, but without time, it has no ability to change. It has no elasticity. It has no before and after. And they're both really the same thing. Except that time is an extension of space. Time is like a breath, space breathing in and out. If you think about time that way, time is also created by, best I can, the third dimension and fourth dimension are born into union with the beginning of the universe. They're both in the flash of flame in the center of absolute density of pure solidity of what will later become matter, which is actually a state of crucifixion because it's space without time. So it's literally a state of crucifixion. And that's the universe without time, without the existence of time or eternity. And them at the same time. So the flame bursts into glacial fires that contains millions of stars and galaxies and universes, multiverses, planets, moons, everything that will become in existence. And in the middle of that absolute density of future matter begins drawing matter in from the outermost regions of what a non-Christian might think of as nothingness, and what a Christian would think of as absolute density of everything that will become the physical universe, or just different types of thought, different types of belief. I am definitely more Christian in my thought process, although I do vary in my faith, which is obvious by what I put on YouTube from day to day. So so it gathers matter from the absolute outermost regions and starts pulling it in towards the flame. The flame is in a way, it's centralized and stationary. All flame is stationary in a certain way and is held up by gravity in space, probably by time. and space, time elasticizing and curving space. And planets circling around the sun in a physical sense and a spiritual sense, that orbit around the sun, around matter's axis, is what creates time in the physical universe. But in eternity, it's something else. And it's realized in another way. In eternity, everything happens all at once. And at the same time, it happens outside everything that happens in time. And that is what no one in this plane of existence will ever fully understand about eternity, how it exists. We just don't have the ability to, no matter how much we are trying to, we will never fully understand that. And we will never fully understand time and space. And if we ever do go beyond if you ever do go beyond the speed of light probably being the sixth dimension in a way, and sound being the fifth in a way, with many others also. I'm going verbatim now, so if we ever do go beyond the speed of light, in some sort of spacecraft or something, they think bad things are going to happen. I would warn everybody not to do that. We've already broken the speed of sound. We're not supposed to break the speed of light. The bad things will happen. Could be the end of the physical universe, actually. So I'll send that. Also, metaphysical reality and metaphor. Metaphysical realities are, I don't know if they are a higher form of metaphor. They are, in a way, a higher form of metaphor. They exist not only in language, but also in mathematics. They exist in geometry. They exist in geometry because they exist in chess. They exist in chess in a slightly altered form from the way they exist in language. Now, you say, now I use a unpleasant sentence here, but say Nixon bombed Cambodia, which is, I'm paraphrasing or borrowing or taking from one of George Lakoff's books. Cambodia. Nixon is the make, and Cambodia is the model. Make for model metaphor. Ford created Tempo today. Ford is the make. Tempo is the model. Now, is that a metaphor? It's in a way it's a metaphor, in a way it's something else. Now, simile is a similarity between two things. Simile is closer to having a material awareness to it than metaphor is. Metaphor is a realizing one thing in terms of something else, and it's very essential to language and all. And that's part of where emotion comes from. is metaphor. Metaphor realization, which is beyond and above, um, which is beyond and above um, matter form realization. It could be the beginning of emotion, no realization. It's a mirror image of something else that is like you say, was Bob Dylan said a long time ago, sun's not yellow, it's chicken. It's a metaphor. Um, I, I am, I am, it, I, yeah. That chair looks as if it's a rusty old wagon. It's a simile. It is more towards a matter form of metaphor or matter realized metaphor. Now I'll get into metanoia in a minute, which is a higher form of metaphor, and it's also something else.